Hey guys, I just wanted to give you a video for this week to let you know what you're supposed to be doing. So we're finishing off Unit 4 this week, and I've noticed some of you are getting a little bit behind, so I'm starting to get a tiny bit worried. So if you are behind, please drop me an email. I'm thinking that near the end of the week I'm going to have to start calling home for some of you because I want to make sure that you just don't drop off the face of the planet in the last half of the semester. I'm trying to make it so your summative, you're doing a little chunk of it each week. So hopefully by the end of the year when there's stuff like prom and it's getting busy, that it alleviates a little bit of stress from you. So it doesn't need to, what you're giving me for your summatives doesn't need to be perfect. You still have time to adapt it and change it once you have my feedback. I'm not marking any of the summative work that you're giving me right now. I'm just going to be giving you feedback. So stay tuned this week for feedback on the stuff you gave me last week and keep building. So I'm just going to go to the assignment page for activity 4. This is a fun one. It's one of my favorite summatives at the end of the unit. So I've got the course summative part 2 planning here. So this is building on what you gave me last week. You're going to be determining what kind of store you want to have for your final summative. Do you want to have a high-end boutique? Do you want to have a specialty store, vintage, consignment? What kind of store do you want to have? You did a profile of a particular cohort last week where you analyzed somebody's age and factors, different demographic and psychographic factors that would pertain to that specific age group. So I want you to determine, this is all about your store. And your store is going to be developed based off of who's going to shop at your store. So if you have a consignment store, maybe your location is going to be in Westboro, where it seems to be like there's lots of money, but it's also eco-friendly and like consumer conscious. So consignment stores would potentially do well there. So this course planning is just pretty small, like maybe just a paragraph or some points. You don't even need to write in full sentences. I say right here, please include point form reasons as to why you made your decision. So why did you make your decision as to what type of retailer this is, and location. Keep in mind that when you're explaining, use your stuff that you did from last week to build off of that idea. So this is pretty small. Like I said, it won't be very long, 15-20 minutes. So the summative for this course is due at for this unit is due at the end of the week, and you get to take something apart. So first things first, I need you to go to your house and either pick a piece of clothing that you were either going to throw away or give to Goodwill or Value Village, or ask somebody at home if you can borrow / never give back a certain item of clothing. So it might be something as simple as like a t-shirt that has like spaghetti stains on it and you're never going to wear it. But please don't take any clothes that don't belong to you, that you don't have permission to destroy, because disassembling this garment is going to ruin it. So make sure that you know that this garment is never coming back. It's going in the garbage, or you're using the fabric for somewhere else, something else if you're a little bit trendy. So choosing a garment. There it is. And I don't want you to choose undergarments for this project just because they're so small. You're not going to like really get as much out of it. So please don't choose bras or panties for this task. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at it, look at the garment, and answer the question. So you're going to like inspect it, maybe take notes as you're looking for these things. Another really cool idea that I've had in the past is making a video of your progress. I saw some amazing videos at the beginning of the unit, so I'd totally be game for more videos, or even like taking pictures along the way and putting them in your slideshow of you just assembling. I don't know, have fun with it. It is the unit summative, and unit summative are weighted higher than other things in the unit. So if you haven't done so hot on things in Unit 4 and you really want to wow me with this one, go for it. So you're going to look at the garment, then you're going to start disassembling it. If you have a seam ripper, that would be awesome. If your mom has a sewing kit or something like that, maybe just check it out. You don't need to buy a seam ripper For this task, you can also carefully disassemble with scissors to rip the seams. So you would just like cut the threads with a sharp pair of scissors. You can, let me just find a pair of scissors and go in off record here. Here we go. So you can take a pair of scissors. They need to be sharp, so please be careful when you're using them. If they're dull scissors, you're not going to be able to rip the seams and you could still cut yourself. So you're going to hold the scissors like this, and you're going to rip. Is my hand in there? Rip along the seam. So they have to be sharp. If you wanted to like hold the cloth or something like a dishcloth from your kitchen up against the sharp edge of, so you have like a handle, you can wrap a cloth around and keep your finger up so you can cut. Kind of like that, you can rip along the seam. Anything else like an X-Acto knife, that also works. Just please, please, please remember what we talked about with safety. I don't want any blood or any wounds from this unit summative. It's just not worth it. So you're going to disassemble, you're going to turn the garment inside out, you're going to look at all the stitching, and then you're going to start to disassemble the garment. So look at what's attached to what and what materials were used. So there might be regular thread, there might be invisible thread. How are the seams finished? I've put the standards of evaluating seams up there, so take a look at the content if you forget about seams. Try to look at what the seams are before you cut them and try and guess what type of seams they are. And again, make photographs or sketches of the process as you go along. So the last part of this is evaluating the product and suggesting some improvements. So what you're going to look at is the intended use of the garment. So if it's a sweater, what is it meant to do? And does the design suit the end use? So certain things about that, such as the material, such as the seam design, are going to make it so it's warm and cozy, if that's its job. What type of fabric is it? Look at the labels on the inside of the clothing to determine what kind of fabric it is, and use your knowledge from that fabric glossary stuff. You can pop into the discussion, and chances are someone from the class might have already evaluated your fabric, so you can get lots of good information from there. And was the garment easy to take apart? So if it was, then does that mean that it's a quality product? If you were able to just like rip it open and things and it just fell apart, is that problematic? So improvements, do you think the design could be improved? This is all your own opinion. Do you think the fabric choice could be improved? Do you think the construction, so how it was like put together, could be improved? Or do you think the notions could be improved? So any buttons, zippers, trim, anything like that that was added onto the fabric to help the design, could it be improved? So you're going to be taking all of your observations and your suggestions and putting them into a report. I would be happy to see this in report form. So many of you have done amazing reports that look beautiful with embedded images. That's totally okay. You could also go the slideshow route. Several of you have done some ridiculously wonderful slideshows. Or you could do a video or a mix of the two, like a video with slides. I don't actually need anything written for this task, so if you want to just talk, that's okay. So if speaking is more your thing, I don't even need to see your face. You could do like a voiceover based off of images that you're putting on. So I just need the ideas. I don't care how I get them, written or verbal, either is good for me, and it's due at the end of the week. So what I would suggest is finishing the course summative part 2, this part here, finishing that up today or tomorrow. It will not take you that long. There is no content for this week, really. It's just a review of what we've done. So you don't have to spend time reading content. So finish the part 2 up today or tomorrow. Disassemble your garment on like Wednesday, and that gives you Thursday and Friday to write up a good quality product. So please let me know if there are any questions. I'm really enjoying, we're in the home stretch, unit left in the course. the last unit, Unit 6, is our core summative. So we just need to get through Unit 5, and we are in the home stretch. And you're doing little pieces of your core summative right now. So at the end of the year, all you'll have to do is tweak them to improve, and maybe you gave me a great product the first time and you don't even need to tweak it. So I'm hoping that that will make it manageable for all of us, because it's the end of the year and most of you are in grade 12. So I hope you have a great day, and let me know if you have any questions.